What's up, guys? It's your boy T. Today we're going to be talking about Yanderedev. Now, if you don't know, Yanderedev is the creator of Yandere Simulator. Now, you might have heard about Yandere Simulator. Yandere Simulator was a real big game when it first started. There was a lot of YouTubers that were playing it. Major YouTubers, like, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Markiplier played it. I know for sure Corey Kenshin played it. Maybe Jacksepticeye. A good amount of YouTubers playing that game. It was a real popular thing to do around this time. It's like 2015, 2014 type deal, right? Now, of course, the game was in development for like 10 years. If you don't know, it's been in development for a while because he kind of strayed off the beaten path. He would add things like kind of DLC expansions type deals and all these little minute things. However, he didn't finish the actual basis of the game. Like the base of the game was never finished. He'd been working on this for 10 years right now. So of course, a lot of people had an issue with that. However, that's not what made him go downhill. What happened was there was a lot of allegations against him saying that he was a pedophile or a groomer. Necessarily, I ain't gonna say he all the way EDP, but people were saying he was grooming kids. There was one girl that you talking to on Discord. He was having casual conversations with her. She was 16, he 32, 34, whatever. However, even though he was actually just having a simple casual conversation with him, it is still weird that a 30-something-year-old man talked to a 16-year-old. Let's keep it real. Personally, do I see a big issue with it? Do I feel like people of those different age groups can't talk to each other? I do feel if it's a fan of yours, I feel like you can have a respectful, understanding conversation with these people and talk to them casually. You can, but you gotta know when you're doing too much, and not everybody can understand and comprehend when they're doing too much. Obviously, with Yanderedev, he couldn't because he's been isolated from everybody. Like, he's been quarantining before quarantining was a thing. He has no public interactions with people. The only time he's recently started once he found out and realized these allegations that was against him, and he realized, dang, maybe I am a weirdo. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people were calling him a weirdo, and understandably, I can understand it. Now, granted, I did watch this video, like I said, of him apologizing, and he's really conducts himself really well, and he did a pretty good apology, in my opinion. I want to just show some clips of it, and we just talk about it. Yeah. That's how our commentary video go. All right, let's do this.
I'm Yanderedev, the developer of Yandere Simulator. Last year, an extremely serious allegation was made about me that I would like to address. The accusation is that I attempted to groom an underage fan of my game. I will take accountability and admit that I did discuss inappropriate topics with a fan. However, the accusation that I deliberately attempted to groom this fan is false.
So this is my second time watching this video, and what I would like to say is that he conveys himself pretty well for a person who's been isolated from humanity for about 10 years. Later on in the video, he talks about how he hasn't really been talking to people or socializing with people. However, there has been people in his circle, in his life, that know of him or care about him, have said, hey, you know, your mental health kind of deteriorating, how you act is kind of deteriorating, you might want to work on that. And he didn't really comprehend that and understand that, and he just kept on working. So to me, it seems like he wasn't actually trying to groom this girl. As you go further into it, he talks about why he was actually talking to her, the reason he even got into actually speaking to her, and he doesn't mean anything. He ain't trying to do anything devious. That's what I'm trying to come across. He wasn't trying to groom this girl. He was just trying to have a conversation. Since he's been isolated for about 10 years, he hasn't really been socializing with a lot of people. So when he got this opportunity to have a person to talk to, even if she's a minor 16-year-old, he was just happy that he had some type of social interaction while he's doing this game. He's majorly focused on this game, so the fact that he had somebody he could talk to, it was a great thing. I do not believe he actively wanted to groom the girl. I believe he's not that bad person in that instance. And I do, however, feel maybe he shouldn't have socialized with the girl. It is what it is. It is weirdo behavior. We're gonna call it what it is. He does not convey to me a person who was actively trying to groom somebody or actively trying to be a pedophile or wants sexual relations with a child. He does not convey that to me. He just seems like a person who was awkward and doesn't understand a lot of social cues because he's been so, like I say, isolated from humanity. So he really doesn't understand a lot of social cues and really been deteriorating his common sense, I guess you could say.
In this video, I would like to apologize for what I feel I should apologize for, but I would also like to give you the full story so that you know what is true and what isn't true. Let's start at the beginning.
I like this face that he made. It's just funny to me. Now, maybe it's because it's just this awkward pause. It's like this pause that's not even a second long. It's like, why didn't you just cut it out, right? But the funny thing is, it might just be funny to me because I like facial humor. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I don't like Hannah Stalkins and all them people, right? But I do like face humor. When people just do that straight up, just bald face, that kills me. When they do a serious face, like with that Kurt Angle picture that's going on. Every time I see it, when he pops up, I'm dying laughing because I love face humor. I can't even fake.
Last year, a fan of my game contacted me and wanted to chat. Usually, when a fan tries to talk with me, I just tell them that I'm too busy. But this person seemed really nice and friendly and funny, so I decided, you know what, sure, let's talk. She let me know right off the bat that she was 16, but I didn't see any problem with that. When I was 16, I had online friends that were in their 20s and 30s, so it just didn't feel weird to me.
Personally, for me, I see from both perspectives. I like to do that, and I can understand why he felt okay with doing it. As he said before, he would associate with people with 20, 30, 40 when he was younger, which is completely understandable, especially in the day of age of technology. You probably have friends online that you play with that are older than you. However, I do and can comprehend that maybe that is weird behavior. The fact that y'all DM each other on Discord, it is naturally weird. It's not like you're just doing it publicly with a group of friends. It's just you and her. I just think you did a little too much. Now, just levels to this stuff. If you do want to associate with or socialize with people younger than you, that's not a problem unless you actively looking for that. But if you just kind of wander and you find something, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I can understand why a younger person might want to be friends with an older person, or why an older person might be friends with a younger person. Advice, maybe they don't have a parental figure in their life or something like that that they really trust or can look up to, and maybe you can be that person they look up to or stuff like that. I can see positive things about it. However, I can also see the negatives. I bring them up in every video I make. I really do think I do. EDP, perfect example. You see what happened to him. Granted, that's his fault. That's on him. He a pedophile. We don't associate with pedophiles on this channel. But as you see, that's somebody who didn't understand boundaries and got weirdo. And that's what happens when you're disassocialized from people or in a part of life where you're not appealing to other people. As you know, EDP was meat wide. He looked like meat wide from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. He looked like meat wide, so nobody wanted him, and that's completely understandable. So that's why when a minor came up to him, he said, "Hey EDP, you know I like you. I got a cupcake for you." He jumped on it. He depressed, ain't got nothing. He haven't had nothing in a minute, so it makes sense why he jumped on it. I get it. It ain't right, but I get it. So that situations like these that Yanderedev was in, this situation could have led to a whole nother EDP situation. So I completely understand why people would like, wait a minute, something ain't right. I completely understand it. I do. I get it. I completely get it. However, I'm trying to see it from both sides, and I believe there is positives to it too. It's not just negatives, because probably some of the best friends you have on PlayStation or Xbox or PC are people that you met that are like, I don't know, 5 years older than you or 10 years older than you. You never know. It just happens. It depends. It makes it worse in the situation because it's a girl that he was talking to, a 16-year-old girl. And the fact that the girl asked us about something to do with OnlyFans makes it weirder too. But I'm getting a little too far ahead of myself. Let me go back to the video.
In the beginning, our conversations were normal, but she had a kind of adult sense of humor, and every now and then she would bring up a topic or ask a question that wasn't really appropriate.
Okay, I would personally tell you right now, that did not sound right. That's like the equivalent of saying, oh, she's pretty mature for her age because she has titties. So her being mature is defined by her having growing breastises. Really, bro? But anyway, I do feel he didn't actually mean that. It just came out so wrong. When I watched it the first time, I didn't really have no issue with it when he said it. But then I listened to that again. I'm like, bruh, I don't know about that one, bro. Like with this statement he made, if people really thought he was a pedophile, I wouldn't blame him because you just said this statement. That was a statement you shouldn't have made. You should have talked to someone and said, hey, should I say this? You should have had this proof read because there's no reason why you let that slide.
That doesn't describe what I did. I didn't develop a friendship with the girl for that reason. That wasn't my intention. I did not attempt to establish a romantic or sexual relationship with the girl. But after having my behavior explained to me as commonly associated with romance, I can understand how it was interpreted that way.
See, this is another reason why I feel like he did not actually do it. Obviously, you could tell he didn't understand social cues and didn't really understand the fact that what he was doing was wrong, necessarily. Somebody had to explain it to him looking from the outside in. So I don't feel he was actively trying to do something, trying to groom the girl, as I said before. And I'm on the side, I don't usually pick sides like that, but I'm on the side of he didn't know. Like, he really did not realize what he was doing. Now, he then continues this, what he says next after this, I'm like, okay. It out of context, it do sound weird. But honestly, in any context, it sounds weird for you to ask a person who is younger than you, especially 16, are you going to start an OnlyFans? I mean, yeah, they can't start one till they're 18, but still, it's like you pre-ordering it, bro. It'll just be like when Bad Baby turned 18 and then she started OnlyFans. She got what, 2 million or millions of dollars. It's like them dudes is pedophiles. They've been waiting. They were pre-ordering, waiting for her to get 18. That's weird. So I get it. I understand from other people's perspectives why that is weird. And I can't even look at this and be like, yeah, there's some weird stuff.
I feel like it's worth mentioning that a lot of the remarks I made only sound bad when they're out of context. For example, there was one time when the girl jokingly said, "You should make an OnlyFans." And I said, "No, that's dumb. No one would ever want to see that." And she said something like, "Come on, it's so easy to make money on OnlyFans." And when I heard that, I thought, whoa, that's a little concerning. Don't tell me that social media is brainwashing this generation to think that they should just go directly into porn the second they turn 18 because it's the best way to get rich quick. That's a little concerning. I wanted to know if she was joking or if she was being serious. So I asked her, "Are you planning to start an OnlyFans?" And of course, the YouTuber used the recording of me saying, "Are you planning to start an OnlyFans?" to frame me as someone who initiates horrifically inappropriate discussions with children.
That statement he made, it sounded like a Reddit fedora where, "Excuse me, milady, are you trying to start an OnlyFans and you're not even 18? You shouldn't go down that path. Your body is a temple. Your body is sacred. You shouldn't show your body for $5 per subscription. You shouldn't do that, milady. But you can show it to me though." I try to do like one of the Diesel Patches things when he does that. It just didn't work, but I'm keeping it in because why not? That's what he sound like. I ain't gonna fake. As I said before, a lot of the things that he said in these messages, when, as he said, out of context sound weird. However, in any context, it still sound weird. You're talking to a 16-year-old girl talking about, oh, she's trying to start an OnlyFans. It's weird either way it goes, my guy. So obviously he learned his lesson. Later on in the video, he talks about how he's been working on himself. He's been having people talk to him. He's been therapy. And he's been really better. He's been socializing with people, making friends and everything. So that's great to see. So when he comes back, because he does plan to come back to working on his game again, because he's been working on it for so long, no reason to stop necessarily. He does understand the fact that not everybody's going to support the game. He also apologizes for people who are affected by the actions that he did, even though he didn't necessarily mean it. Because, you know, some people were affected by it because they know of him or they play their game. People got a lot of hate for doing that stuff. So I believe it's a good apology. He apologized for everything. He knew where he was wrong at. He didn't really put it on anybody. It was straightforward what an apology should be, in my opinion. And of course, he knows that not as many people are going to support the game because of what happened recently and happened last year. Because of course, not everybody's going to hear about the fact that he apologized, or not everybody's going to accept the fact he apologized. At the time of this recording, it is at, let's see what this video dislike to like ratio is. It is 26k likes and 33k dislikes. So obviously people are going to believe what they want to believe. I don't believe he's a bad person. I believe the apology is not bad as some people are really saying. I feel like he gets all the points across, and he also said he's going to apologize for a lot of other things, or come to announce a lot of other things that happened, a lot of other controversies that happened when he was making the game, how he dealt with certain situations when he wasn't in the best mental mind space. So I really do appreciate the fact that he even brought up those things. He said he's gonna make a video about it eventually. He don't know when, but he says he will. So we just take his word. But anyway, I just like to talk about this. Hope you have a good day. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, it's been your boy T. Bye. As you hear my phone go off.